Hello students, in this video I wanted to do CBSE board papers. In this series I am going to start with Delhi paper 2020. All the other people, you will see that it is outside Delhi paper. This is last year's Delhi paper. I will do one by one questions. You have to understand, in this time 2021, the question paper will have many objective type questions. When you do objective type questions, there is a small danger involved. You are given 4 options, and when you make a mistake, you lose 1 full mark. So you have to be very clear about concepts. Then only you will be able to tick the correct answer. So let me start in the series with the first set of questions. Okay, I have got with me. You can download it from the internet and it will be good for you. This is, remember, Delhi 2020, and we are all in outside Delhi. The first question, which is in section A, it is called section A. These are MCQs. The first question is, a charge Q is placed at the intersection of a body of diagonals of a cube. See, there is a cube. Okay, let us take a cube now. Now, after we complete the cube, they say that this charge Q, what is the charge given? Charge is Q. It is being placed at the point of intersection of body diagonals. At the point of intersection of diagonals. Okay, the diagonals are there at the point of intersection of the diagonals. The charge is here. Okay, now the question is, the electric flux passing through any one of its surfaces. Let us say this is one of the surfaces. Through this electric flux is going to pass through, and what is the flux we need to calculate. Let us be very clear about the question. There is a charge Q. We are talking about the flux through one phase. First, how many phases are there in a cube? 1, 2, 3, 4, back, right? Up 1, top 1, 5, bottom 1, 6. 6 phases are there. Okay. Now what is flux according to Coulomb's law? Q upon epsilon naught. That is the flux passing through all the phases, right? But there are 6 phases. So it will be only 1/6 of the value, that is 1 Q upon 6 epsilon naught. That is 1/6 of the total electric flux passing through. So this is the correct answer, and that is happened to be A. I hope you understand. There are so many options are given. 3Q upon epsilon naught, 6Q upon epsilon naught, Q upon 3 epsilon naught. So concept is very important. Without concept you cannot do the answers very clearly. Yeah, you will not get the correct answer, and when you do it at random, you are bound to just get random marks. Yes. So let me take the second question. The electric potential of the earth is taken as 0. The electric potential of earth, whenever you connect something to the earth, we put a symbol like this, right? So this is whenever you can put any appliance, resistance or anything. Now this is called earthing. So what does it mean? He is giving you options. Earth is options are insulator, conductor, semiconductor, dielectric. See, which object will be able to absorb the electrons? They should be a conductor. If it is an insulator, then electrons cannot go through, and it is not a semiconductor, it is not a dielectric, it is a conductor. The answer is earth is a conductor. So this is what you should know. This is the second question, right, in objective questions. Let me move on to the third question. There is a circuit is given, okay? Yes, this is based on current electricity. There is a resistor 2 ohm and there is an unknown resistor R and ammeter negative and positive. There is a cell potential difference of 6 volt it is giving. Now the current, so I will read the problem now. If the ammeter in the given circuit is shown in the diagram reads 2 ampere, what does it mean? Current is equal to 2 ampere. What is the potential difference? V is equal to 6 volt. So what we can find out from Ohm's law? R is equal to V upon I, that is 6 upon 2. 6 upon 2 is how much? 3 ohms. So we find that using these two data, the resistance, the total resistance of the system is equal to 3 ohms. Now how are these two resistors? They are in series. So 2 plus R is equal to 3, which means R is equal to 3 minus 2, which is equal to 1. So this resistance is equal to 1 ohm. The answer is 1 ohm. Yes. Let me do one more problem. That is the fourth problem. Again, you can download this question paper from the net and you can also download solution. Again, I am repeating, this is Delhi 2020 paper. Okay, yeah. Then set 1, I am doing the questions from set 1. Yes, fourth one. Heat produced by a heater, 100 watts heater. What is watts? Power. Power is equal to 100 watts and time is equal to 2 minutes. Minute, convert it into second. Multiply by 60. That is 120 seconds. So he is asking you how much heat is produced, energy. So first we will find out power is equal to energy upon time, which implies energy is equal to power multiplied by time. Power is how much? 100. Time is how much? 120. That is equal to 1 to 1, 2, 3 zeros. You will get energy in joule. And I will tell you the options. 10.5 kilojoule, 16.3 kilojoule, 12.0 kilojoule and 14.2 kilojoule. Kilojoule 1, 2, 3. So kilojoule. So 12 kilojoule. So this is the correct answer, 12.0 kilojoule. These are from different topics. Do not worry. Anyway, for board exam, you have to prepare all the questions. Let me move on to the next question. This is the fifth question. The time period of a charged particle undergoing a circular motion in a uniform magnetic field. Circular motion it is going through. Field is uniform. We are going to magnetic effects of current. Okay. Yes. Now, he says the time period is independent of what? 4 points are given. First of all, we will see the velocity is v, the radius is r, the magnetic field is b. These are the factors we have got, and let us take electron or charge of the particle is mass is m. When you go back and see the magnetic effect of current, in that you see about the magnetic field, you will see an equation. Frequency is equal to 1 upon time period is equal to QB upon 2 pi m. Okay, so this is the relationship. QB upon 2 pi m is the relation you will see. It means the time period is equal to 2 pi m upon Q into B. So time period depends on what factors? Mass. It depends on the charge of the particle, whether we take electron, proton, whatever the charge. It depends on the magnetic field. And now we have to check what are all the factors given where it does not depend. Speed of the particle, mass of the particle, charge of the particle, magnetic field. Right? Mass of the particle, charge of the particle, magnetic field. Time period and frequency depends on. It does not depend on the speed of the particle. This is what the answer is. So, let me do the sixth problem, sixth question. Very simple, straight. The final image formed in an astronomical refracting telescope with respect to the object. Astronomical telescope, a distant object will come and strike the objective lens, then you see through the eyepiece. Inside the tube, what do you see? An inverted image. Okay, so the answer is, whenever the image here, it is going to be inverted image and it will be virtual image. You can't get it on the screen. So the option is virtual and inverted. In this question, the answer is virtual and inverted image is obtained on the screen. Now, last question for today's thing, we will do it. The shape of interference fringes in Young's modulus, Young's double slit experiment. This is wave optics. Due to paucity of time, I am not able to shoot videos of other chapters. I may be able to shoot only later at some other point of time. So better that as many videos I have shot, use them, and I will continue doing it as much as I get time to do it. You know, the board exams are from May 4th, so we need to work with the children. And you are also there, so I thought I will help you in some other way. The shape of the interference fringes in a Young's double slit experiment. Young's double slit experiment has a source of light and there is a single slit. Coherent source is going to be coming from here. There is a double slit. The rays will become coherent from here and they are going to interfere and they are going to form the fringe. This is the screen. This is the double slit. This distance is capital D and this distance is small d. And you need any other point? Yes, this center point is here and this is some other point P. And the light wavelength is lambda. The fringe width beta is equal to lambda d upon small d. This is the formula. This is for formula for the fringe width. Now he says that the distance d is very large. What will happen to beta? fringe width. They have given option. You can see in the NCERT textbook at the back, questions are asked, please answer them. In that, one of the solution will be there. It will be a straight line, it will be parabolic, it will be circular, it will be hyperbolic. So these are the not options. The simple straight option is, already you will find the slits, you will find the fringe widths to be all bright lines with the dark lines. These are bright line, dark, bright, dark, equal width. So naturally it is a straight line. It will not be any other shape. In this particular problem, that is what the answer is going to be. Otherwise, if distance increases, what will happen to fringe width? Too much distance, right? This distance goes too much. Then what will happen? You will not see the fringes clearly. Yes, they will be too broad, so you cannot see. So check that answer. This will become in another part of it, right? Distance is too much, but options are given. So we have to choose the best option, that is a straight line, right? So in the next video, I'll come with more questions, objective questions. Particularly, I want to focus in these videos. Thank you so much.